Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Fleetfieth, and today we're playing Going Medieval. This is a colony sim. It's still in early access, even though it has been out for a couple of years now. I played a little bit of this back in the early days, not long after it was released, and I've recently gotten back into it again. So I've decided, well bugger it, let's have a bit of a game. So if any of you have played RimWorld and those other sorts of colony sims, you'll probably be fairly familiar with how these sorts of games work. You've got your people, they've got certain skills, they've got certain needs you need to look after. It's pretty much in the same vein as that. And it looks like we've got a very, very flat map. So this is a hillside new live start. So we start with 3 people with a good bit of gear. I believe we've got a couple of jotes and a cat. And our 3 characters, Beatrice, Edhida, and Gunilda. They each come with their own perks, which give them a buff or a debuff, and their own stats or hang on, where are their skills? Skills. So you can see their skills here. For those that have played RimWorld, the stars work the same as the little fires. It's your passions. So you can see here, Beatrice has a minor passion for botany and a major passion for construction, so on and so forth. You can see the skill values there. And the other 2 are much the same with their own different things. Now in this game, unlike, I'm going to use RimWorld as a comparison quite a lot because it's easy to draw on and everyone knows it. This is medieval, as the title might suggest. So there's no electricity, there's no power, you've got no automation. Everything is done by hand by your characters, which means in the summer no aircon, and you need a root cellar to store your food in, and in the winter things get very, very, very bloody cold. We can get raided, we can get attacked by raiders, which is as pesky as one might assume. We'll just copy and paste that over. And yeah, so we got our UI, got your jobs, what everyone does with the priorities. The lower the number is, the higher the priority. Work, sleep, life schedule, managing their gear. So weapons, shields, armor, all of that. And then just an overview of what's on the map. Time settings, all of the information about the weather. All of our build menus, which will eventually fill up with more and more stuff as we do more techs. Just turn the game sounds. As we do more techs and our orders that we can give to them. So chopping wood and hauling and all of that. We are going to get started straight out the gate by cutting a reasonable amount of wood. We are going to want to also very quickly put down a stockpile. And we want to allow... I'm just going to allow all of the stuff around their camp for the moment. We do have to think about where we're going to set up a base, where we're going to start building. A lot of resource veins around are going to make it kind of hard. We could maybe set up on this bit of a plateau right here. Mine that out, have one way up, one way down, and oh, I could love the little pond up there. That will give us a little bit of defense. That might be worthwhile doing, actually. Is there a natural ramp up there? There is a natural ramp up there. Up onto this bit, at least. Alright, actually, bugger it. We might cancel the cut wood orders over here. We'll get rid of that stockpile. And we'll cut down trees over here to gain us that wood that we need. And we'll drop a stockpile down right there. Now we don't want waste going into that because that will make things very bad. And yeah, let's put all of this stuff onto urgent hold. Oh, that's right, we have to be running. We'll speed that up, get them over and working. Can we get you guys prioritizing hold first? And we'll have to make a pen for our animals as well. We want them cut down, not harvested. Same difference really, but that's alright. And we will start at least getting some basic blueprints down for the beginning of our base. Just enough to keep our people safe and all of our belongings out of the weather. Oh, the jotes are coming over on their own. We will also... Food reserves low in stockpile, yeah, I'm aware. We'll put this here because we do have the animals and we don't really want them running off. We'll just make sure that there's not another ramp coming up here, which I don't believe there is. And then we can also put down a pen marker and a prop. So who is our builder? Beatrice is our builder, so we'll set that as #1 priority. You can start working on that stuff. We need someone. We'll get you onto cutting trees because you've got the botany skill. Who was that? That was Ed Heater. Beds are going up. That's okay. Plant reaping mishandled will live. And we're going to need to start looking at getting a cellar for food down fairly quickly. So let's mine that stuff out just to square this up. Is this not an enclosed area? Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, we can look past the treetops. Because I'm pretty... Ah, no it's not. Do we have someone that's good at mining? Yes, we do. Okay. Actually, we'll just put the spare person onto mining first. Can you please prioritise that one to get started? Just so we can get this pen properly set up. Oh, we got a little willow thing. I quite like willows in this game. They look quite nice. We're going to need to get some food processing up and going. Now, I believe we do have someone good at cooking. Yes, we do. Get butchering going. We want to do that forever. And cooking meals we want to do until we have, say, about 50. And that'll keep on going forever. Every time we get low, some more new ones will be made. We can start gearing up to make a little root cellar straight off the start. And what happens then is you store your food down underground, and it keeps it fresh, it keeps it cold. Food that would otherwise normally spoil in a couple of days can take up years or just never go bad. Alright, we'll start throwing a roof on our little starter hut. We are going to need to get our grubby mitts on some more hay. So we're going to want to select harvest and come over here. We'll get a few berries in the mix as well. And we'll grab those mushrooms. We'll grab those. Because it can never hurt to have that bit of extra food. It also, like when they cook meals, they will add different things in. So you end up with some higher quality meals for your people to eat. We'll drop down our view level a smidge. And we can start digging out the area that we need to for a set of stairs going down. Another thing we want to do, we need to set up a couple of extra stockpiles. One for clay, dirt, and limestone. And another for specifically sticks. Because we will end up with a lot of them. And although they're a really good fuel to keep on hand, I run all of the braziers and all of that extra stuff off of them. They, like the match I'm playing on my own at the moment, I've got like 3,000 saved up in one small stockpile. So, yeah, they can take up a bit of room. And we need to stop those things from going in here. Oh, never mind, I just did. We can cancel that. Deconstruct those. And start throwing a couple of sets of stairs in. And we will excavate room for our cellar. Yeah, that looks about good. Oh, and we've got our first trader. Let's see what he has, or they have, to trade with us. Get our doors in for the cellar. Help seal in some of that cool, or rather seal out the heat. It's a bit of a wonky base to start off with, but as time goes on, we will become a little bit more effective. Right, who's the best at speechcraft? Because that's going to determine how well we do with Catalina here. Okay, Catalina, what do you have to trade with us? You've got some beetroot seeds. We'll sell you some saplings. You've got some cabbage seeds too. We could sell Bubba, sell our cat. Nah, I like having a cat. Sell you a whole herb. What's junket? I'm guessing that comes from milk. You can have some rat pelts. And we'll sell you the deer ones as well, because we're not going to be needing them anytime soon. We'll take your flax seeds. Take your bread. That deer leather's causing problems, isn't it? Yeah, it is a little bit. That's alright. We can live with that. Yes, please. And that can all get carted back in once they're finally awake. Beautiful, that's the walls up. We can throw the floor down. And we can get all of this waste material pulled out of here. Ready for stockpiling food. We might actually also throw a set of doors down there. Just for that extra foodie sealy inny. Okay, bye merchant. See ya. Alright. While we're here, we're doing fairly well. Let's get a research table set and ready to go. Which they'll build once they got the chance. For now, they're going to go and sleep. Cool. Alright, let's get our new stockpile down. So we're going to clear everything. We want this on very high priority. We want carcasses of animals. We want food, fermenting ingredients. We want seeds and fodder. And I think that's about it for what we want on there. We then want to come up and remove those things from in here. So food, fermenting, animal carcasses, seeds, and fodder. We've unlocked research. Okay. We'll take that and agriculture straight up. That means we can start farming. So now we're going to start looking at actually setting up our jobs list. So Edheda, who we've been forcing into mining, is our farmer. So we're going to set everything associated with that to level 1. Beatrice can farm as well, but I'd rather her be building and researching over everything else. So we'll set the farming related stuff to 2 and building and researching to 1. Ganilda, you are our marksman and our cook. You are very good at botany, but it's not what I want you doing, I'm afraid. So we're going to... oh no, we want that as 1. We're going to actually remove that from your queue entirely. We also don't really... oh, we'll leave mining on there. And you can have cut plants as well, just to help out where it needs to. Cool, okay, we can start doing some farming, and because we bought some shit off that trader before, we've actually got seeds. So we can start planting those out pretty well straight away. How many seeds did we get? We've got 42 cabbage seeds, so an absolute shit ton. Now, we do need to do a certain thing. Obviously, there's part of your farming you want to, grow to make food. However, in this game, your seeds do not last forever. And I found out the very, very hard way that often you just end up with no seeds by the time the next grow season comes around. So you want to always sacrifice a few to going to seed, because as you can see, each of these plots take 1 seed. So what do we got? We got 12 plots there. If we going to seed, we'll still get 12 times approximately 3 cabbages for it, but we'll also get 120 cabbage seeds for it. Which will pretty much make sure that we've got seeds for the next year's crop. So we're going to do that with that one. Click going to seed. And these are cabbages. And then we're going to do probably another 3 bays of harvest when ripe. And we're just going to sort of stagger some farmland down through here. We don't actually have enough to even plant that out, but that doesn't matter because we can still use it for production. We do actually also want to set the priority of the seeding fields to be higher than the like the actual eating fields, because that will ensure they're planted first, and we don't end up in the same sticky situation where we've got no seeds because, well, we're kind of dumb. And some red currant shrubs. Now, these you can't... There's no option to seed because the fruit that you get off the wild ones is used to plant these. But that is okay. We actually don't want it to be thick. We want sort of narrow and long. So we'll do it like that. And some flax would be handy as well, which we will... Oh, we need to do, I think, the seeding thing with flax too. Where are we going to put this one? There's no good spot to put it, and it's hurting my brain. We'll put it there. As much as that annoys me. Nope, even with flax, we don't have to do it. So that's alright, we'll make that out to 5 by 6. And we're good to start growing crops. We won't bother planting any trees yet, because there's just not quite much point. Get these trees cut down. We do want to start hauling these saplings in, because so far as I can tell, if you just leave them laying around, the trees are more likely to grow back in that location. There is a ramp up there. Okay, cool. So you can see a couple of our people are out setting up the farms. Have we? Ah, yes, you can see they've started putting all of our bits and pieces down in here. All of our foods, what we can make, and you can see that, you know, the normal time, if we were storing this up in the hut, up here, these are decompose in 3 or 4 days, but now it's 34, which is, in this game, over half a year. In fact, it's nearly 3 seasons. And in the winter, this place will cool down a little bit more, and this should be pole decomposes and rots in never. And the cat will just come and eat what it wants. Reminds me of my cat. You can see these red currant pies, they're going to take over a year to decompose. Not enough resources to make food. Ah, that brings us on to the next part, is hunting. So we've got a big list of all sorts of things we can hunt here. Boars are likely to turn around and hurt you, so are wolves. Pheasants don't really give you a lot of food. Foxes will turn around and get angry. But we'll shoot a pheasant, we'll shoot a hare, and we'll shoot an absolute crapload of deer. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Well, that we can also sort. Who is our marksman? It's Gunilda. Okay, so we're going to set you. We've got our layout here. It is Gunilda, isn't it? Yes, we're going to set you to only use ranged weapons. We need one of our people. We should have a spear. Set one of our people to melee two-handed. You're both good at melee with no passion. You'll be melee two-handed. You'll be melee one-handed because you will take that short sword. And you will also take the shield. And the person with the spear, we should have a gambeson. So a fine gambeson here, which is a piece of like real basic armor. A heater with the spear can take the gambeson. And that should have our people relatively well equipped. So hopefully in the morning they'll get up, don their new combat gear, and who is it? Ganilda will go out and do some hunting. There we go, straight to equipping their gear. And Ganilda is going to go out and shoot us some deer. So she's going to be terrible because she's not a great marksman. But she will build up skill over time. She's already had one hit on it. She's missing a few. And she's changed targets. Got a hit on it then. Got another one there. And another. And she will hunt for as long as the day goes. We're also going to want to harvest some more of that hay, because that is going to be really, really handy to our cause. Make sure that stuff's allowed too. Come down here, we'll harvest all of this. The more we can harvest early on, the better we are off later. We obviously don't want to go oversaturating with all sorts of bits and pieces, but having a good store, it's a good idea. Besides, they don't really have a hell of a lot else to do at the moment. We do need to get some early research going. After appearing deranged at first, Godric was simply overcome with terror, a pitiful, stumbling corpse with wheels from binding and harsh beatings by a cruel master. Godric begged, "Hide me, I will die if I am caught." So this is our first encounter with bandits. Now, there's a couple of ways bandits can come. It can be from a case like this where they're chasing someone, or it can just be a standard raid where they rock up and they want to steal what you have. So we're left with two options in this case. We can deny Godric, which, I mean, poor bloke, but if we don't feel like we can handle the raid, then it is what we have to do. That will, however, piss off our people for a short time, not forever. Or we can help him and fight a raid. So we're going to consider the implications. So if we shut him outside, some settlers might get a negative mood modifier. If we take him in, we get Godric, who we can see what he's got passions in. We can see he's got 4 perks, even though we don't know what he is or what they are. We can't see the majority of his stats. But mining, melee, speechcraft, tailoring, mining and melee and speechcraft, good stats. We could do with someone that's got really good speechcraft, because that will give us good discounts on trade. And if we take him in, we have to take on 3 bandits. Now, 3 against 4, Godric may come with a weapon. Normally, from what I've experienced, people will rock up with like an axe, like what the old Vikings used to use, sort of looking axe. Maybe sometimes they don't. I've not had that happen as of yet. Honestly, I reckon this early in the game, it is handy having another person. It's harder because it's another mouth to feed early on, but we're going to take him and we're going to fight these bandits. Mr. God. So we've got 1.5 days until, where's our camp? We've got 1.5 days until bandits rock up. So we're going to get Godric laying down. Who is our best medic? 8 single passion, 0 single passion. Okay, so it is going to be Beatrice. Is going to be our primary medicus. We're also going to need... Is Beatrice our builder? Beatrice is our builder. So we're going to get her to prioritise working on this sleeping spot for Godric first. So that he can get some rest before combat. Godric did not come, unfortunately, with a weapon, but we can have him... No, we can't have him pick up that longbow. Oh, bugger. That's okay. He might have to play bait. So, Mr. Godric, can you please get your wounds tended to so that you start recovering? Because these wounds that he's got here, while now bandaged, as time goes on, if they're not looked after, he will lose blood, he will lose consciousness, and eventually he will lose his life. And I don't know about you, but as far as I know, that's not curable. So we'll work on it nice and early. He'll get some rest, he'll heal up, it won't take very long, and hopefully by the time combat comes along, he can help us fight the bandits he is running away from. It is time for war. We are not standing down. We've got 3 marauders, so there's no ranged. We're not turning him in. He is mine. He belongs to me, and you will not have him. So we have a bit of time. I can't find my people. We have a bit of time before they get to us, but we are going to get ready. Oh, actually, we'll let them get a bit closer first. Let our people get enough sleep. It might be 5 AM by the time... I doubt it, but it might be 5 AM by the time they get to us. My friends, it is time for battle. Godric, you've got to come out too, buddy. We're fighting this battle to protect you. Now, I don't believe as of yet you can take prisoners. I haven't yet knocked anyone out. I've only finished off the enemy. Oh, Gunilda straight out with the bow. Alright, let's bring this speed down. Edheda, go and protect Gunhilda. Okay, never mind. You're going to go... Get that cudgel. Very nice. Because all of our people are Oak Brethren, and we had such a heroic victory, one of our people have gone full zealous with the Oak Brethren. That we are going to make this map work for us. We're going to use terraforming, so that's like we can, whatever dirt we dig up, we can put it back down in these same blocks. We're going to use terraforming, which is one of the next techs I want to get, to achieve, you know, a purpose and have a nice, decent mountain with high sides, one way in, one way out, to keep our people defended, have a defensible city. Right, so I want to go probably 3 wide. Let's do that. How far across do we need to come? Probably about there. Do you want to work, please? Oh, that's all that is there. Okay, so if I do that, does that lines up with the middle of that. So we need to come across one more, and we'll at least get to like there, and we can see where it all lines up. We'll knock out all of these other ramps coming up, and once we've got terraforming, we can build up all of these edges. This can be our iron and clay quarry. We've got rocky soil here, which will give us a bit of limestone, but I believe there is limestone on the map. Yeah, there's limestone all around these mines up here. Oh, there's gold there as well. I didn't even notice that. Bloody hell. This is like a solidly rich map. We're not going to hunt you. You're too far away. Oh, and you can see we've already got our first harvest of cabbages in, which is absolutely fantastic. There's a few cabbages in each pile. We're going to want to get these underground as fast as we can. These ones will be coming up. Yeah, so they're part way through the ripe phase, which is here, which is where we're harvesting these. They've got 2 more phases to go, and then we can gather them. Our flax is growing as well, which is good to see. We cannot yet grow beets. Is there anyone? No, 18 is the highest botany we've got. Adheda's not far behind. She'll pick up that skill fairly quickly. Let's get all of that cleaned up. Okay, so you can see our people over here are starting to do some proper work. Joyce the goat has given birth to Olympia and Leo. Oh, we got 2 little ones out of it. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even realise Joyce was pregnant. But apparently she was. So, good job, Joyce. We're very, very proud of you. Thank you for giving us young'uns. Right, and that is terraforming done. Coolio. So now, once all of these are cut down, we can start looking at, first of all, beginning excavation, starting to mine our iron and clay for our purposes. And we can start looking at emboldening our mountain a little bit more. Building it up, building it out, and making it a more effective home and fortress for our people to reside. But we are going to end it there for this chapter. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, please let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you've got any tips or tricks, please do feel free to tell me. I'm always looking for a way of doing things easier in games or doing them better, more efficiently, getting more production out of my people. So thank you all very much, and I shall see you in the next one.